Nicole, the host of The Break for Moms. Thank you so much for watching this archived video broadcast. I am waiting for my live audience to arrive, and then the show will begin. So get comfy, get yourself something to drink, some water, some tea, coffee, whatever it is, and find a comfortable spot and be prepared to be entertained and feel encouraged and supported as well. Hi, it looks like I have one viewer so far. Welcome to The Break for Moms. I'm Nicole, the host, and I am so excited that you are here joining me and taking a break from your daily activity as a mom or someone else that works with children maybe, or maybe you're just new to Bidchat and you are online right now and you happen to stumble upon my show. Whatever brought you here, I hope that you will stick around. We have a 1-hour show. And I am looking forward to meeting some people, hopefully, that can call into the show today. I'll tell you in a few minutes how you can do that. In the meantime, get comfortable, take a break from your daily routine, and enjoy this broadcast. Today, we are going to continue with the message that I talked about on last Monday's show, which is navigating the holidays with kids. If you have small kids or if you have older kids, whatever the case may be, sometimes the holidays can be a bit of a hectic time. So I am here to help you figure out how to make this time a time that you can enjoy and you can keep your sanity. Last week we talked a little bit about some of my tips for keeping kids busy during the time when they're off of school and they're home for an extended period of time. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that and some ideas that I have for you. And I hope that some callers will call in and share their ideas with me as well. I also would like to tell you a little bit more about some gift ideas, but this time today I want to talk to you about good gift ideas for moms. So we're going to talk about that. And I want you to share some of your holiday traditions with me. My family celebrates Christmas, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. But I also recognize and respect that not everyone does. So I would like to hear if you have a different cultural tradition that you celebrate. I'd love for you to call into the show and tell me about how you incorporate your kids into those traditions, because of course, as moms, regardless of our background, we have a lot in common. So we all want to know how other moms are managing the holiday season with kids. As I mentioned before, sometimes it can be a little bit hectic. I know for me today, it's not quite Christmas time, but I'm from the Detroit area and my kids have snow day today. So I was happy that I didn't have to drive my son to school. My oldest is in kindergarten, but of course I put all 3 kids in the car to take him. So it's a whole family ordeal to get to school. Anyhow, we had a snow day. We had about 7 inches of snow last night. So I was panicking on how I was going to do the show today. But fortunately, my parents, my kids' grandparents kicked in and they took the kids for me for a little bit so that I could get this broadcast going. So I'm so grateful for that. But sometimes, even with the holidays, things don't always go as planned, right? So we have to have a backup plan. We have to have a schedule. Even when kids are off school and it feels like there's no routine, I think it's so important to still keep some kind of routine. Hi, I see a few viewers joining us. So if you're just joining, I'm going to say hi a few times throughout the broadcast. I'm Nicole, the host of The Break for Moms, and this is a show celebrating motherhood. We're talking about all things to do with being a mother, specifically during the month of December, navigating the holidays with kids. And of course, I want to provide encouragement and support for you. But my main reason for starting this show is actually for moms to have a place in cyberspace to connect and socialize, because oftentimes moms don't get to connect with other moms for a variety of reasons, whether you are a working mom or you're a stay-at-home mom that isn't able to get out of the house, or maybe you just don't have other moms in your area that you know, or I don't know, there are so many different reasons. Maybe we just don't have the time for whatever reason. We're busy with kids. I know how busy it is. I have 3 of my own, a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So I respect that, I recognize that, and I want to be here to help provide this network for moms to connect. So here's how you can connect with me. It is so much fun. Let me tell you, if you're just tuning in for the first time, this network is, of course, as you found out, Bidchat. And it's called Bidchat because there is a way for you to actually bid to join the show. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how you can do that. So up in the corner of your screen, I'm looking at mine right now, it says Bid Q. If you click on that, you can actually bid coins, Bitcoins as they call it. It's like money for Bidchat's currency. And you can bid a minimum of 100 per minute to call in and talk on the show. But I don't want anyone to pay any money. And in fact, I think last week, if I'm correct, last week I tried to bid into someone else's show, another broadcaster that is has another show on this network, Bidchat, and it did not cost me any money. So there's a good chance, even if you don't know anything about Bitcoins or what that is, you don't have any, you don't have to worry about that. Just try clicking on BidQ right now. And if you have a webcam and you are able to call in and feel comfortable being live with other viewers, you can try that right now. I welcome you to do that at any time during this broadcast. So you click on BidQ and you can just, it might pop up and say on the bottom of your screen, it looks different sometimes on the website as it does the app, but on the website, it will just pop up on the bottom with the minutes. Last week it did, and it just said that it was free. So try that, let me know. You can message me on Twitter. I have my phone by me, and I'm gonna go onto Twitter right now in case anybody wants to tweet to me. You can tweet to me by searching at The Break for Moms on Twitter, or you can find me that way through Facebook or Instagram. Make sure you use the number 4 in the title, The Break for Moms. So you can message me during the show that way, and I will check on my phone. So, okay, so not to confuse you, the best way this week right now, as it stands, because Bidchat is a relatively new network, and sometimes there are some little glitches when new websites are developed. The best way for you to call in is if you have the Bidchat app today. If you don't have that, you can go to the Google Play or the Apple App Store, and you can download that on your mobile device, whether you have a smartphone or an iPad or a tablet of any kind. It doesn't matter what brand. It's available for Google as well as Apple. So if you download that app, which is free, you can go ahead and you have to set up an account. So all you have to do is create a username and a password. It's free. And then once you have that account, you can come to my live show and literally just click BidQ. If it charges you money today, which I'm hoping it doesn't, last week it didn't charge me any money. I think it was a promotional thing that Bidchat is running right now. If it doesn't charge you any money, you can just click on 1 minute. It'll say 100 Bitcoins, or it might just say free. And then I can extend your call. So I challenge anyone that feels brave to try that right now. Now, let's say you do that and it says, hey, you don't have any Bitcoins in your account. No problem. Don't worry about it for today. All you have to do is click on the heart at the bottom of this profile for the show page. Okay, you should see a heart somewhere at the bottom right now. Click on that and it will turn red, so you know you clicked on the right icon. When that turns red, you're an official follower of the show, and then I can send you some free Bitcoins. So it should not cost you any money to call into the show. There. Okay. Hopefully you're not confused. If you are confused, send me an email at Nicole, Nicole, at thebreakformoms.com with the number 4. Okay, great. So we have 15 viewers right now, and I'm sure more viewers will join us as the broadcast continues. Welcome. I'm Nicole, the host of The Break for Moms, and you are joining me for this special broadcast where we are going to talk about navigating the holidays with kids. Last week we talked about my top gift ideas for kids. We talked about managing some of the chaos with going to different holiday parties and how to kind of keep control of your kids and not lose your sanity. So we're going to continue a little bit of that, but we're going to talk a little bit more about what you can do with your kids at home when they're off of school, or maybe if you have little ones that aren't in school yet, you know, they're home for an extended period of time with you. Maybe your schedule's off. Maybe normally you're away from home working and you're at home. Whatever the case may be, there's a lot of downtime around the holidays. So I am here to tell you some of the things that I do to kind of keep sanity at home. And I don't do things perfect. I'm not here to be the expert. I'm just here to be your friend and be a fellow mom to share my ideas with the hopes that when you're comfortable and you get used to the Bidchat website and this live streaming experience, that you will call into the show and you will share your ideas with me. Because The viewer engagement and calling into the show is what is going to make this show so much more fun. It's fun to watch someone else talk, but it's so much more fun to connect and interact with people from all over the world. And that's the neat thing about the internet and about live streaming through Bidchat. I can connect with any mom around the world that decides to call in. So whether you're coming or calling in from Michigan, like I'm from Michigan, or the west side of the US and California, which is where Bidchat headquarters is, or maybe, just maybe, I might have some new friends from the Toronto area who are fans of the Baby Spot. Hello to you if any of you are watching. Give me a quick thumbs up. If you see a thumbs up icon, I see I got a thumbs up. Hopefully that means I just said hello to someone from the Toronto area or from Canada, or maybe you're just a fan of the Baby Spot. If you don't know about the Baby Spot, it is an online global parenting magazine, and I have the privilege of being a guest contributor. I'm just getting started, but I am promoting my show on the Baby Spot's blog. So I am a big fan of the Baby Spot, and they share a wealth of information from many different bloggers throughout the world. It's a global online parenting magazine. So if you're looking for a great spot on the internet to find information and connect with other moms, this is another great way to do it, through your comments, through their blogs. And bloggers love to have comments. So I encourage you to do that and encourage other fellow moms through interacting with them and their blogs and their posts on the Baby Spot. The Baby Spot is out of Canada, so it is thebabysPot.ca. So make sure when you're searching the internet that you find the website and that it says .ca. Okay, and I will share all of that on my blog. So if you would like to get the show's official newsletter sent to your inbox every week with the archive video broadcast. So if you just tuned in and you missed the beginning and you want to watch it, or you want to watch some of the past archive broadcasts, you can do that by subscribing. All you have to do is go to www.thebreakformoms.com with the number 4. And at the top, you'll see a bar to subscribe to the newsletter. Go ahead and put in your email address. I promise I won't bug you. You'll just get a weekly email with a blog post that contains the archive video from the previous Monday, as well as some show notes. If I mention certain resources or products or experts or books, etc. on the show, and I want to share those with you, I'll have it all in one spot. So if you can't remember from the live show or you want to share with a friend, you can easily share that information through the blog. Okay, so make sure you do that. My goal is by the end of the year to get 100 subscribers. I know that doesn't sound like very much, but I am a new blogger and this is a new show, and the website, my blog, is new as well. So I'm just getting started, but I hope that many moms will help support me, and in turn, I will do my best to support you. So if you have a blog or a business of any kind that you would like to promote, I would love to have you promote it on the show. So you can call in, and actually, looks like I have a caller right now. So I'm gonna cross my fingers that it works. It's my sister, her name is Deanna. And I see that the auction clock is running. It says there are 16 seconds left. So now you can see what it's going to look like when someone calls into the show. So I'm gonna get ready to accept the call. And then I promise you we're gonna continue on this topic of navigating the holidays with kids. And I have so much to share, so stick around. I'm gonna be here until 2 o'clock today. Hi, Deanna, I hope you can hear me. I see that you're connecting. There's a little bit of a delay with live streaming, so I'm gonna wait. Hi, I see you. Can you see me and hear me?
I can. I had to use my phone to get through.
Yes. Back to the show. So hopefully you heard my tip about telling people to make sure they use the app, because the website for callers isn't working right now. Yes. Uh-oh. Oh, she disappeared. Okay, hopefully she'll call back. Try again, Deanna. I don't know what happened. I think you were moving around too much. One thing about live streaming is you've got to have a really secure connection. So if you do try to call in, use the Bidchat app. You can close out of this broadcast and download it now on your phone or on your mobile device, such as an iPad or any other tablet. Go to Google Play or the Apple App Store. Download it now. It's free. Sign up for an account really quick. All you have to do is create a username and a password. You might want to use your name, so when you call into a show, it'll show your name so I can greet you by name. And call in. There's plenty of time. You have until 2 o'clock. If you're just joining, hi. I'm sorry. I'm going to repeat this a few times throughout the broadcast, but I want to make sure that my new viewers know who I am and know what the show is and what it's about. I'm Nicole, the host of The Break for Moms. And this is an awesome platform and network for moms to connect and to gain support and encouragement, and hopefully, once they're comfortable, chat with me live on the show. My sister, Deanna, is a mom of 3, and she is calling in again to try to talk to me. We had a little bit of an issue with the connection, and sometimes that happens. As you know, technology is technology, and it doesn't always work the way we want it to. So she's trying to connect again, and you can see what it looks like to call into the show. It's basically a split screen, kind of like if you were to use Skype or FaceTime with a friend. Hi, can you see me?
Yes, sorry.
Don't move.
My phone started to ring, so I went from ringing phone and lost you. So I won't be too long. I just want to encourage others to call in. It was really easy with my phone, so good luck on the show, and I can't wait to hear more Christmas ideas. Something my girls who are older got to do today was help neighbors with snow blowing, and just kind of getting out there working as a neighborhood to help others. Even younger kids can do that too. So,
and I was going to say, yes, for the older kids that maybe don't need some of the busy work that the little ones do, volunteering is a great way to keep busy when there's downtime, right? Because your kids are going to have some downtime too, away from work and school.
Yes. So it's a snow day, but it can still be productive. I left them home and did some Christmas shopping. The roads are getting better, and it's still game on for Christmas.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask you, did it cost you money or did it say free to bid to call in? It did. Free. Awesome. Okay. So all you need to do is have a phone, smartphone, or an iPad or tablet with a webcam on it, and download the Bidchat app, and you can call in. Deanna, thanks so much for calling in. We've got 50 seconds. Don't go anywhere. You've got 45 seconds. I extended your call, and anyone that calls in, I can extend your call for 1 minute. So the call is free. It doesn't cost you anything. So don't worry about anything called Bitcoins today. Bidchat is running a promotion to encourage people to call in because nobody wants to call in. So any other ideas for traditions with kids and managing the holiday season and keeping your sanity, because it can be overwhelming with kids?
Well, now, I think all age kids can help. So getting them involved in helping, whether we love to do Christmas cards. So from the time my girls were little, they put stamps on. They help pick the photo that we use. They love to get photo Christmas cards from other families. So
thank you. It's going to cut you off. Thank you so much. Sorry that it cut you off. Feel free to call back in again, although I don't think you have any more Bitcoins. Okay, so for people who have older children, whether you are the parent or maybe you're a teacher watching or babysitter, whatever capacity that you take care of children, know that for the older ones, volunteering, like my sister said, is a great one. I'm not in that season yet. I've got kids on the opposite end, 5, 3, and 1. But that is a great way to keep kids busy, having them help other people, wrapping presents, donating time, donating gifts. Just keeping them busy, keeping their mind busy. And, it helps you to have a greater appreciation for things when you help others, I think, and it can promote happiness. We think sometimes that things will make us happy, but helping others is really the best way. And, regardless of what traditions you have, I think all the holidays, at the end of the day are about thinking about what's most important with your family and, of course, helping others. My family celebrates Christmas, so we talk about the birth of Jesus. But regardless of what you talk about, know that there are, really important traditions and values, and this is a great time to implement those with your kids, whatever they may be. Sharing, caring, donating time, helping people, especially those in need around this time, and those that are lonely and maybe don't have other people to connect with, whether they're moms or senior citizens. It doesn't matter. So keep that in mind as well. I see someone trying to call in. I'm going to talk for a second. I want to show you my Christmas card really quick. See if you can see that. These are my kids. That's my husband and I. And this is my 3-year-old. Her name is Giada. This is my 1-year-old. Her name is Karina. And this is my son, Troy. He's 5. Here, I'll go a little closer so you can see him. And he's missing all his front teeth. So all he wants for Christmas is his 2 front teeth. No, actually, he doesn't really care. He actually likes not having any teeth. So I see that someone is trying to call in. So I'm going to wait a few seconds and see. But I want to talk to you a little bit more about some activities that I am doing with my kids during this time of the year. If you are following the Break for Moms on social media, you might have seen that I posted that I took snow because I live in a cold climate. If you live in a cold climate, this is a great one. I took snow from outside and I brought it in. I'm not a big fan of cold weather. Now, if I didn't have a 1-year-old at home too, I probably would go out with my older 2. But managing nap time and whatnot, just the other day, I just didn't want to do it. It was really, really cold. It was under 30 degrees in the Detroit area. And I just didn't feel like going outside. My husband took the kids outside, but I kind of wanted to do some fun activities inside. So I scooped snow from the porch, and we had so much that there was plenty just on the porch. I put it in one of those storage containers, the plastic storage containers, and I grabbed all of our sand toys from the garage and I threw them in the container. I laid out a giant blanket on our carpet floor, and I grabbed for each one of my kids a cookie sheet. And then I said, here's the sand toys. You can build snow castles, or you can just pile sand onto the cookie sheet and scoop it. They had shovels so they could scoop it in and out and put it onto the cookie sheet. And I'm telling you, this activity kept all 3 of my kids busy for a total of about 3 hours. Now, mind you, they didn't want to wear gloves in the house, so their hands did get cold. So we took a break. The snow started to melt, so we emptied out the container and then took a break and refilled it again. But my kids were busy for such a long time, much longer than they were outside. My husband was shoveling, and he did take the kids outside, so they did get some outside time as well. But 20 minutes later, they were freezing. They didn't want to be outside any longer in 25-degree weather. So if you're looking to keep them busy a little bit longer and you're in a cold climate where there is snow, bring the snow inside. You will not be sorry. And if it spills on the floor, it's water. It won't make a mess. It will just be wet, and the kids can kind of help you dry things up if they're a little older as well. But even my 1-year-old loved it. She just liked taking her shovel and just digging into the snow. She didn't build anything, but she just liked touching it. It was a great tactile activity for kids. And speaking of tactile activities, there are so many that you can do with kids around this time of year. If you have garland or other supplies that go on your tree, if you have a Christmas tree, you can take extra pieces of those and you can make crafts, or you can simply just do something like coloring with a coloring book. I make sure that my kids still have somewhat of a daily schedule, even when they're home from school. They need that. They need structure. So during those long days when the kids are home, they're off of school, or maybe your kids are home all the time because they're not in school yet, I have some morning cartoon time when they get up and they have their breakfast. That's their cartoon time for the day. And then I do some craft time, whether it be coloring in a coloring book, using a dry erase board. Oh my goodness. If your kids, regardless of their age, do not own a dry erase board, you need to get one right now. They're super cheap, and older kids can write their schedule on it or just doodle. Younger kids love to doodle or practice their letters and numbers. There's so many things you can do with dry erase boards, and you can erase it and start all over again. It's the cheapest thing ever. It makes a great gift. If you have kids that you need to buy a gift for, just give them a pack of dry erase markers and a board. Sometimes the board comes with a marker. You can go to a dollar store or anywhere that's a discount store and get them very, very cheap. So that's another quick trick. I know that's not anything new, but sometimes people forget about the dry erase board. My kids have loved those. Love those. We play with them all the time. They even have dry erase books where you can have lined areas where they can practice letters if they're writing, or dot to dots activities, dry erase activities, tic-tac-toe boards that are dry erase, etc. So you can do that. I am a former music teacher, so I have music time with my kids as well. Music time can serve 2 purposes. For the younger children, it can serve as a calm down time or an activity time to just kind of move around the house. Because I'm in a cold climate, my kids don't get to play outside all the time during the winter. So we kind of have a dance party in the kitchen, a daily dance party where I put on some fun music and we skip around the kitchen, skip around the house. We march around the house. We dance around the house. We play follow the leader. The older kids chase after the baby. It keeps them busy for so long. It's a great activity. So don't forget about music, just playing some music in your house. Kids love music. They love it in the car. They love it in the house. And for the older kids that maybe struggle to sit down and take a break and maybe work on their homework or just have some downtime, playing some calm music in the house is good for older kids, teens too. You know, if they're having a rough day, some classical music, some Christmas music, whatever kind of music that is calming can be good. Even in a situation where maybe you're having an argument about, I don't know what it might be. Sometimes this season can get a little stressful for everybody, teens as well, especially when they're not on a schedule. So keep that in mind, music. So my kids have talked about a little bit of breakfast cartoon time, then they have craft time, they have some music time, then pretty soon it's ready for lunch. Okay, so lunchtime. After lunch, we try to do some quiet time, maybe books, or that might be time occasionally, and I do mean occasionally, I will let my older child, my 5-year-old, use the iPad, and I have some educational games on that during quiet time, only because I need a break to work on some things. My youngest is taking a nap. Sometimes my 3-year-old will also take a nap, but they need some quiet time. They need downtime. Older kids need it too. Adults, moms, we need it. We need quiet time. So this can be your time to take a break. If you implement quiet time or independent time with your kids, then you get a break too. If you don't implement it, then you don't get a break all day, and you need that break. So I do it for me just as much as I do it for my kids. Everybody needs a break, kids included, okay? So during that break time, what do you do? What do you do, moms? What do you do to take a break? Are you just doing your laundry? That's not much of a break. I know you need to do the laundry and cook, prepare for dinner and whatnot when you're home, but you need to take time for yourself too. I like to do some hobbies. Scrapbooking for me, like the physical scrapbooking is one I've talked about on previous shows that I like to do just to kind of relax. And it's a form of gratitude. When I look at my kids' pictures, family pictures, I realize how much I have that I'm blessed for, regardless of whether you are a single parent or, like I said, a babysitter or a nanny or a teacher that works with children. You know, taking that time for yourself away from the kids to just do something relaxing is important. Hobbies are a great way, and you know, it doesn't have to be something crazy that involves a lot of work. Sometimes we only have an hour or maybe 10 minutes of a break in between when we're taking care of kids, depending on the age of your kids. But scrapbooking, a simple scrapbooking album, just slipping them in just plastic sleeves, the 4x6 sleeves is very easy. We talked on another show about Project Life. You can check that out. I'm an affiliate for Project Life. It's an awesome and super easy scrapbooking system where you can journal and slip cards and photos in pockets. It's so quick and easy, and it's very reasonably priced. There's no gluing or sticking or cutting of anything. So check that out on the blog. If you're just tuning in, I mentioned that my blog and show website is www.thebreakformoms.com with the number 4. I see that somebody is bidding to try to call into the show. The auction clock is running, but it keeps kind of restarting. So try again. Here's what everybody needs to know if you're just tuning in. If you want to call into the show, meet me and talk live with me. Other viewers will see you as well as me. It will be a split screen, kind of like this. Me here, you there, kind of like Skype or FaceTime, but everybody else watching will see you. So if that doesn't scare you, it shouldn't, because hopefully we're all moms and friends, even though we haven't all met. This is a support network, so we all want to encourage each other. If you're brave enough to do it, it's free today. Bidchat is offering free calls into shows. So you don't even have to worry about anything called Bitcoins. All you have to do is have the Bidchat app, not the website. You need the app this week to call in. You can download that at the Google Play or the Apple App Store, and you just need to quickly set up an account. You create a username and a password really quickly, and then come to the show page and click bid queue, or at the bottom it'll say bid to join the show. So you click on that and pick how many minutes, 1 through 3, and it says free today, so you don't have to pay a dime. That's all you have to do. So as long as you have a smartphone or a mobile device with a webcam on it and you've got the Bidchat app, you're ready to go. So let's see if we have some other callers. So my goal is, if I can get 10 callers, I can redo this contest that I've been trying to do. I haven't had callers, so you can't have a contest without callers. Here is an official show t-shirt. Isn't this cute? Look at this logo. The clock, it's a clock, and it's pointing to the 4 because it's kind of a play on the fact that the show is called The Break for Moms with the number 4. And it was designed by a very, very sweet lady who owns a store on Etsy called A Cup of Creativity. She's from Italy and she's fabulous. She designed the illustration of my picture that you see on the Bidchat profile page for the show, The Break for Moms. And she also designed that logo, the clock logo for the shirt. So you'll see that on my website as well and across social media. If you are looking for a fabulous illustrated portrait of yourself, search for A Cup of Creativity on Etsy or Instagram or Facebook, and you're gonna get something really, really awesome for a really great price as well. So just thought I'd mention that. If I can get 10 callers so far, we've had one. If I can get 10, then I'm gonna give one lucky caller this shirt. I'm gonna personally mail it to you. So that would make a nice gift. You could even give it away to another mom as a gift. Okay, so we talked a little bit about a few activities and things with the schedule. Okay, so I left off at break time, quiet time. That's around 1 o'clock for my family. So after that, when everybody's done with quiet time, we need to do something else, some type of creative play at home. For older kids, maybe it's doing chores. That can kind of be incorporated with my kids too at this time. Chores before daddy gets home from work, which is around between 5 and 6 o'clock, okay? Homework time is before dinner. I like to make my kids do it before dinner or sometimes after dinner. So decide on a time. If they don't have homework because they're off of school for the holidays, then come up with some other type of written work that they can do, or maybe mailing out cards. My sister mentioned, who called in a little bit earlier on the show, helping to mail out Christmas cards or holiday cards, writing a friend, writing a relative, maybe an older relative that is lonely. You know, that's kind of part of giving and sharing, caring for other people around this time of year. So those are things you can do to kind of keep with the schedule day to day. Of course, taking your kids out of the house is also important. You don't want them to stay in, even if it's cold like it is in Detroit. I try to get to the mall sometimes and just walk the mall, seriously. My kids get a pretzel. They get to play in a play area. For older kids, maybe you can have them earn some money to shop, and you can have a meeting place if they're teens, and they can have a little bit of a freedom in the mall if you're comfortable with that as well. So those are some ideas for keeping a schedule. A schedule is so important. The minute my kids get off of a schedule, everything goes haywire and it's chaos. And I feel like I can't handle being a mom of 3, which I know I can handle it, but sometimes it gets hard. Okay, so anyways, I need to tell you a funny story because I feel like I've just been talking and talking and talking. And this has nothing to do with the holidays. It just has to do with being a mom and having 3 little kids and the craziness of being a mom of kids in general. So my 3-year-old is newly potty trained. Sometimes she forgets to flush the toilet. This is a little PG-13 rated potty talk. Anyhow, the minute she went to the bathroom the other day, she didn't flush the toilet. She ran out. I had some friends over, and I just turned my back for a second. I normally check to make sure she flushes the toilet, washes her hands. My 1-year-old walked right in, put her hands in the toilet, right in the pee. I couldn't believe it. It was right in the middle of us having company. So I had to grab my 1-year-old, quickly pull all of her clothes off because she was wet, and I didn't know if it was just, you know, toilet water or the pee. I didn't know how much pee was in the toilet. I didn't even get a chance to really look before her hands got in the toilet. I had to wash her hands, put new clothes on her, all while my company was over, and it was just crazy. Have you ever had one of those days where things just aren't going right? Call in right now and share about that, because that's part of being a mom. It's not all about the perfect things, making cookies and decorating Christmas trees and having perfect family portraits that we post on Facebook. It's the hard stuff as well. And I want to hear from you so that you can tell me about the difficult moments that you've had. We've all had them, whether we share it or not. I see someone trying to call in. I hope that you can call in. Hello, I don't see who it is yet. Here's my son's school picture. We got his school pictures late. Isn't he cute? He's so handsome. And he wears glasses, and he pulls off glasses so well for a 5-year-old, let me tell you. He gets so many compliments on his glasses. Anyhow, I don't know why, but everybody else in his kindergarten class got their photos, but of course my child came home, no photos. And no one knew what happened. I asked his teacher, I asked the office, no one knew why the photos that I had paid for, and I know he was pictured in a photo during picture day, for some reason we never got them. So I had to call the company and they mailed them. And you know, this has been since September. I just got the photos in the mail last week here, December. So the good news is I took lemons and I made lemonade. Figure of speech, of course. I took those photos and I edited them with my Christmas cards and I mailed them at once to family. So that saved me from having to mail things twice or forget altogether, because sometimes if things don't get in the mail during this time of year, I just don't mail things at all. And then I'm stuck with a bunch of photos of my child, and I only need a few. I don't need 20. So I was glad that I got those sent out. That was my yay mom productive moment yesterday while we were in the middle of getting a blizzard here in Metro Detroit. So I was happy while my kids were playing with their snow in the container inside the house, I was doing my Christmas cards. Yay. So that was kind of, I mean, it wasn't really break time, but it was kind of me time because I like sending out cards. So it was something enjoyable. I was happy. I felt accomplished. And I even had time to take little note cards and write a little note, because my cards that I showed you, if you're just tuning in, this is my Christmas card for the year. Isn't that sweet? We go to a place called Portrait Innovations. If you're in the US, you might have heard of that. If you're in Canada or another country, I don't know if they have Portrait Innovations there, but it's an awesome place similar to a JCPenney's or a Sears or anywhere in a store in a mall where you'd get portraits taken. But the awesome thing is your photos get printed right there, so you can leave with them if you're willing to wait. They print out right for you, or you can go home and come back and pick them up, and they're ready within an hour, which is awesome. A lot of portrait studios make you wait a few weeks, and that would not be good if you're trying to send them out for the holidays. So I was excited to get those right away. And I even got Christmas cards made too with the photos. So the card that I just showed you had individual photos that I put together on the card, but I got the individual portraits printed as well, so I can put them all over my house for Christmas time. So I love that. That's so exciting. So I want to know, what are your traditions? Okay. I think my most important tradition is I like to decorate the inside of my house. I do not put Christmas lights up at all. My husband has not done that yet. Of course, we've been busy having babies for the last 5 years, so we've been a little bit busy with that. But I do like decorating the inside of my house. I wish I could show you right now. I'm going to have to take a picture and post it on the blog and on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook to show you my famous shelf. So my house has 2 levels, and I have this shelf area that's empty, and I can change it and put different decorations on the shelf for different seasons of the year. So at Christmas time, I put up a tree, and I put up these plush figurines that I have: 2 gingerbread men, a snowman, a little mouse with ice skates, and I have empty boxes that I wrapped like presents, and I put those around all the decorations. So this whole shelf is filled, and it's beautiful. And I have lights. I have a big giant season's greetings plaque that sits at the edge of the shelf. And then I have lights wrapped around it, lights on the tree, and it's beautiful. And I put garland around my staircase. I have music notes that hang on the staircase, on the spindle as well, going up the stairs. And that's just really special to me. My kids enjoy looking at it. My husband enjoys looking at it. And I don't know, I just like decorating the house because I feel like I can enjoy it versus just other people enjoying the outside. So we get to enjoy it every day during the holiday season. I do have a tree up, but I didn't put anything on it except lights this year because I have 2 toddlers at home. And last year with 1 toddler was just a nightmare. With ornaments were everywhere. The little holders, the metal pieces for the ornaments were everywhere. It was a disaster and a big choking hazard. So I don't know. Me personally, I just didn't want to do it this year. My mom, speaking of moms, my mom makes cookies every year. And it's not my tradition, but it's one that I like to enjoy. My mom makes all kinds of different cookies, 20 different kinds. Many of them are specialty Italian cookies because we are Italian. And that's a really special thing that I remember as a kid, and my mom still does it today. And she actually gives them as gifts. So, you know, if you're looking for a gift idea, cookies and edible things can sometimes be the best gift, especially if they're homemade. And speaking of gifts, let's talk for a second about great mom gifts, okay? I don't have a ton of ideas for you. These are just more makeup, hair, you know, products to pamper the mom that you know in your life. Maybe it's a fellow mom friend or your mom or a teacher who's a mom, or just, it could be any woman, really. But once I hit age 30, these were some products that I felt like I really cared about getting as gifts and buying for myself. And sometimes moms, especially, don't buy things to take care of themselves. You all know that's true. Give me a like. Give me a like right now. Click the thumbs up icon below the screen if you agree that sometimes moms don't take care of themselves the way they should. Giving me a thumbs up is a great way to interact with the show. I'm sorry, I'm moving and it keeps making my picture blurry with my webcam. Sorry, I'll try not to move so much. I'm noticing that it got blurry all of a sudden. I'm just so excited to share these products with you. Okay, I see a caller trying to call in. If you are successful, I will pause on this. Okay, so lotion. We like to give out lotions to people, but oftentimes it's the smelly ones that people can or can do without. Give somebody a good lotion. Nobody is paying me to say this, but a lotion with a pump like Lubriderm, a big one that's going to last them a while, that isn't super smelly because some people are sensitive to smells. Lubriderm or Aquaphor, you can use that on all your kids. It's great for chapped lips for little ones as well. It also cuts. I use this lotion more than anything. My husband bought it and I stole it from him. I keep it in the car because whenever I'm on the go and it's cold out, I always seem to need lotion. So lotion for putting in the car on the go, a pump is great. Okay, here's another item. If you know someone that's interested in makeup or you are interested in makeup, I wear makeup. I know not every woman does, but I like to wear makeup because I have struggled all of my life with acne, but I cover it up and people tell me I have great skin, and it's not that I have great skin, I just have great makeup. This one I love. It's a little bit more expensive than the drugstore brands, but it's Clinique and it's called Beyond Perfecting, and it's a foundation and a concealer in one. So you don't have to buy two products. It's much thicker than some of the formulas that you can buy, like CoverGirl or Maybelline, etc., that are at drugstores. They're just not made as nice. So this Clinique one is good, and it's good for acne-prone skin, and it's thick enough to cover, but it doesn't feel super thick. So I use that because it just saves me time. I'm a busy mom, and sometimes I'm getting ready in the bathroom with 3 kids running around the house, a 1-year-old that's getting into things, a 3-year-old that's opening the fridge and drinking syrup out of the container. I know. That's another story for another day. So anyways, a good product like that could be a good gift for yourself, or, pick out your color and tell your husband or someone else to get it for you. And a foundation brush. Don't use your fingers. Get a nice brush. It's a good gift. We don't always buy brushes for ourselves, those of us that use makeup, but this is from the Ulta store. If you have an Ulta store near you, ULTA, or Sephora, or anywhere where they sell makeup brushes, Target, any other store like that that has a makeup section. And this is a great one. It actually came with a cap on it, but the cap broke. But if you can find one that actually has a cap on it, that's great because they get messy when you're using liquid foundation. So keep that in mind. Okay, this is a great product. It's I think it's like $20, $22 maybe. I never ever used under eye concealer. I don't feel like I have dark circles under my eyes. However, with the contouring craze, I like using this as an eye brightener. It's called Prep and Prime, and it is a brightener. It's a highlighter, and it's by MAC, and it's the best one that I found. A professional makeup artist recommended this to me, and I bought a shade that's much lighter than my natural skin tone, so I can use it under my eyes, and it almost is like contouring. It brightens everything up. You can use this whether or not you have dark shadows, and I feel like it takes years off my face. It makes me look refreshed, and it just makes my makeup look good in general. So I put on my foundation, and then I put this on under my eyes and around on the sides, and I even dot it here in the corners to kind of make my eyes pop out. So that's a great one too. Okay, so speaking of contouring, you don't have to buy someone an expensive contouring kit, and you don't have to do that as well if you want to treat yourself. I use this, I think this is CoverGirl or it might be Maybelline. I use a white concealer stick as my contour, and it won't cause acne or anything. Get one that's oil-free. And I do this. I do here, forehead. You can do a strip under your eyes if you don't use that eye brightener. I do a little under my chin. It kind of makes your lips stand out, and under my nose. And you can even do kind of like around, if you have like a little bit of dark shading, if you have darker hair, sometimes, that area looks shadowed from here under there. You can kind of do that to get rid of some of that as well across the nose. This works as great as $30 contouring kit. You only need one color. You do not need a 20 color contouring palette. Now, if you're somebody watching and you're a makeup artist, maybe you use something fancier, and that's great. I'm not saying that you can't use that. But for somebody on a budget, just a white concealer stick will do the job, let me tell you. And then you just use this brush or some type of foundation brush or another brush if you want to use one just for the contouring, and you just kind of blend it in place. And then finish with a powder. So that's a great gift for somebody, or just any contouring kit, I guess, because that's all the craze. Okay, one more thing. I'm showing you these products because I think they're great for busy moms, okay? As moms, we sometimes are tired. We feel like we look tired. I'm not saying everybody has to wear makeup. Nobody's paying me to talk about these products. These are just products I like, and I think they'd be great for gifts for other people because I spend a lot of time at the store looking for good products. And I want to save you the time. Okay, so this one is Pore Professional by Benefit. You know, these aren't super cheap products because they are name brand things that are not sold at the drugstore. They're sold at the specialty makeup stores. But this works great for wrinkles around this area and maybe even like forehead. I use it in this area and it really, really gets rid of fine lines. It's like a skin tone color. It blends in with your skin tone. And you basically just fill in the cracks. Or if you have like little acne marks and you want to fill in the cracks, or just your pores, even though it says Pore Professional, you can use it for fine lines. And I love this one around the mouth area. I feel like it really helps work as a primer before I put makeup on. So if you're just looking to take some years off, this one works great. I think it's like $25, but it would be good for someone as a gift. Anybody can use it. You don't even have to wear makeup. You can just put this on and blend it because it is skin tone colored. So keep that one in mind. That's another one on my list. And the last one, which is all the craze this holiday season, has been popular in the past, is the lip plumper. Okay, lip plumpers are like a lip gloss that's supposed to make your lips look bigger, right? Well, not necessarily bigger. If you're wanting to look like Kylie Jenner and have your lips done, that's a whole nother thing. You got to get lip injections, okay? This is one. I got this free. It is, I believe it's Chanel. Is it Chanel? I think so. I was at a makeup counter. I think. No, Christian Dior. I'm sorry, Christian Dior. It says CD on it. Okay. I got this free. And their regular full-size product, I think, was like $30 or $40. So I got this free. This was a good deal just for trying it on in the store. So sometimes you'll get free samples. If you go to the makeup counter and try them on, you can give them to your friends or just treat yourself as part of me time and taking a break. Go to the mall with your kids, let them do something fun at the mall, and then go to the makeup counter and get something for yourself, okay? Treat yourself to me time. Okay, so I'm gonna put some of this on just because I want you to see this, okay? It's, I think sometimes they have different shades, but they're usually like clearish to like a shimmery gloss. So what happens is it's not gonna make my lips bigger, but it's gonna make them plumper, okay? I'm gonna go in close. So what it's really doing is just filling in some of these cracks. This is like so personal. I'm getting so close to the camera right now. I'm wondering if I should back up. But you might start to see that it just kind of, let's see. I can pucker for you. I don't want to get that close anymore. I don't like myself that close. But anyways, you can see after about 5 minutes that it fills in the cracks, which makes your lips look fuller, plumper, bigger. No. Okay, no product is going to do that. You got to get lip injections for that. And I've never done that. I don't know anything about that. But this product will make your lips look healthier and a little fuller because it's going to fill in the cracks that come when your skin is dry. Your lips are dry. It's great for cold weather season or really, you know, any climate just to keep your lips nice. And that's a great gift. And it's one of those things that sometimes people don't buy for themselves. They think, oh, lip plumper, that's a lot of money. You know, if it's $20. There's another one that's a little bit cheaper than this. I just got this free, like I said, for trying it on at the makeup counter. But Pixie by Petra is one at Target. And I bought that one as well. It was like $15, which I thought was kind of expensive, but it's nice. It makes your lips tingle, so you know it's working. Some of them have pepper extract in them. So if you have a problem with pepper, you might not want to get it. But that's what causes that tingly sensation, but that's what makes it work. It kind of gets collagen going, and it just kind of helps with cell renewal and just makes your lips better. So one more idea, a basic paddle brush. Sorry, this one looks gross because my daughter's hair is in there. I just brushed her hair this morning and she had lots of knots in her hair. For the longest time, I had this round brush because I used to style my hair with the blow dryer with a round brush. And I don't know why I was still using that because I don't style my hair that way. And those brushes are not good for getting tangles out. These are. And most women don't treat themselves to a new brush. So maybe get somebody a cute paddle brush like this pink one. They have some at different stores with different cute prints. I think it's a great idea because, like I said, most people probably need a new brush or maybe one to leave in their car. Okay, so those are some ideas for the moms and the women in your life. Sorry, I'm moving again and I see that things are getting a little blurry. Okay, let me check my notes because we have 10 minutes left and I still have more to talk about. Okay, so I talked about a few activities, you know, the dry erase boards for the little ones and bringing snow inside. If you have a great rainy day activity, there's still time to call in. We have 10 minutes. I see the auction clock running. I'm wondering if somebody is having trouble. Sorry about that. Let me mention the contest again. I'm going to try for it next week. We only got one caller. I need at least 10 callers here to give away a free t-shirt. Here it is. There's my logo, the clock, the break for moms. Okay. Also, I'm going to give away one of these when I get 100 subscribers on my blog, thebreakformoms.com. Make sure you type in the number 4. The show is across social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Just search for The Break for Moms, okay? Or if you have any questions or you want to contact me about being a future guest on the show, once I figure out how to implement guests onto the show, you can email me at nicole@thebreakformoms.com with the number 4. Okay. So I told you about my funny story about my daughter not flushing the toilet and then my 1-year-old daughter going in and putting her hands directly into the toilet. Yeah, that was crazy. If you have a crazy story, call in. I'd like to hear it. I know that you do. Okay. So we talked about the contest again. Oh, yes. Okay. So I wanted to talk about this and I'm going to continue this into next week. I didn't have a lot of time to prep for this because my kids were home earlier today. The snow day got me thrown off a little bit. But the topic of Santa. Okay, we're going to end with this today, the topic of Santa. And this was really kind of my main topic, but I didn't get this book in the mail yet. So whether or not you celebrate Santa with your kids, I would like to know, you know, if you do, how do you start the topic and how do you grow out of the topic of Santa? Because eventually everybody finds out the truth, right? I got this book for my kids called Santa, Are You For Real? And for my family, we celebrate Christmas. So we wanted to teach that Jesus is the true meaning of Christmas, the birth of Jesus. I know not everybody celebrates Christmas, or maybe you just celebrate the Santa component, but you don't celebrate the Christian traditions. That's up to you and your family, okay? But it's interesting that I found a book that kind of helps people to understand St. Nicholas as a person, so that when it is time to tell them the truth, whether you start from the beginning or you tell them later as they get older, there are books that can help you to do that. Or maybe you have tips that you'd like to share on how you got your older kids to kind of transition from the period of celebrating Santa. I'd love to hear from you. We have 6 more minutes left on the show and 101 viewers, which is awesome. Thank you so much. If I could give all of you a thumbs up right now, I would. I'm going to give you a real thumbs up. I can't show it on the screen, but I mean, I can do it physically, but you can interact with me without even calling in. All you have to do is look for that thumbs up icon. I think it's at the bottom of your screen. You can click that now. And that tells me that you like what you're seeing, you can hear me, and you can see me, and that you're enjoying the show. This show is a work in progress, and the interactive piece is what's going to make this show so awesome, but I need people to call in. I do see that some people were trying to call in and maybe they struggled with it. Here's what I'm going to tell you. The website is not working today for callers. You need to use the Bidchat app. If you weren't able to do that in time for the show, I need you to do me a favor. After the show, if you have a smartphone or other mobile device with a webcam on it where you can download apps, go to the Google Play or the Apple App Store, depending on which type of device you have, and download the Bidchat app. Please, please, I'm begging you. I want to have other moms call into the show. That's what this show is all about, the interactive component of moms socializing with each other. And I can't do that unless you download the app and prepare for next week. All you have to do is download the app and create a free account. And my sister demonstrated how to call in today earlier in the broadcast. If you didn't catch the broadcast from the beginning, here's what you can do. You can subscribe to the show blog, and you can get the blog and the official newsletter sent to your inbox with the full archive video. So if you know moms that are working and they're not available to watch the show right now, or maybe they aren't working, but they just couldn't watch the show today at 1 p.m. Eastern time, then they can watch it as well and get it delivered to their inbox. All you have to do is go to www.thebreakformoms.com with the number 4. At the top, you'll see a bar that says subscribe to the newsletter and blog. Go ahead and put your email address in. I promise I won't bug you with a ton of email. You'll just get one a week with the archive video and any show notes that went along with the topics of the day. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this book that I mentioned. It's called Santa, Are You For Real? You can check it out on YouTube. There are actually recordings of people reading the book on YouTube. So you can find those as well. It does talk a little bit about the Christian aspect of Christmas, so it might not appeal to everyone. So if you have a different means of helping to tackle the topic of Santa with your kids, I'd love to hear from you and how you handle it. My kids are little. They kind of know about Santa, but I'm ready to show this book to them and kind of share the truth with them. But the neat thing about this book is it doesn't completely discount Santa. So if you want to have the fun with Santa, I know I did Santa as a kid and it didn't ruin me. I wasn't heartbroken. I just kind of figured it out one day that, Santa wasn't the one bringing presents. It was my mom. But the neat thing about the book, Santa, Are You For Real, is that it does talk about St. Nicholas as someone that was a giving man and did help out other people and did deliver presents. So, your children won't walk away from the book thinking that you completely lied to them. Okay. And that's, I think that's the important piece is we don't want to lie to our kids. So, how do you handle Santa? And how you handle Santa kind of piggybacks off of how you'll handle the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny. And I'm kind of still struggling through those things because my kids are little and we have had a visit from the Tooth Fairy, but I'm wondering, hopefully maybe this book will help me tackle those topics as well. I think that the book is a part of a series. I think there is an Easter Bunny, Are You Real? And some other topics as well. So you can check it out. I ordered mine used because I couldn't find it at Barnes & Noble. I ordered it used on a used book website called Abe Books, ABEBOOKS.com. So anywhere where their used books are sold, Amazon has it, but it was really expensive on Amazon. I literally only paid $3.50, including shipping, $3.50 to have it mailed to me, but it didn't arrive in time today, probably because of the snow. So I'm going to show that book to you next week. We have 2 minutes left and I see the auction clock running. I want to tell everyone, thank you so much for watching this broadcast. We have 107 live viewers, which is amazing. I think we may have broken a record together. I think my biggest broadcast was 102. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check out the archive broadcasts after this program to see, because it keeps a tally on each broadcast on how many people are tuning in, which is so awesome. The only thing that would make this more fun is if we have more callers. So I'm going to continue to share with you each week throughout the blog and across social media how you can call into the show. The main thing is for right now, you got to download that Bidchat app. So if you don't have space on your mobile device, clear off some things, delete some pictures, delete some videos, and add some space so you can download that free app and have it on your mobile device. That's all you need. And you just create a free account. It's super quick and easy. Just create a username and password within that Bidchat app and you're ready to go. This is going to be the same time next. Actually, no, I take that back. My son, let me tell you this really quick. I have 1 minute. My son has a holiday party, a Christmas party in his class, and I signed up to play the piano and conduct singing and musical activities for the kids. If you're just tuning in, I am a former music teacher. So I am going to be gone at 1 o'clock. So we're going to do this, okay? In order to allow some new moms who maybe are busy during the morning and during the day, depending on where you are, East Coast, West Coast, North, South, we're going to do the same, we're going to do not the same program, but we're going to do the show next Monday, but we are going to do it at a different time. Next Monday, the 19th, December 19th, we're not going to do it at 1 p.m. We're going to do it at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so write that down. Grab a piece of paper, grab your calendar, and I'll mention it across social media. I can't be here next Monday at 1 because I'm going to be with my son, and we know our kids are most important, okay? He only has one Christmas party this year. I want to be at it and I want to help. So join me next Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. If you're on the West Coast, that's 6 p.m. your time. Okay, keep that in mind. It is 2 o'clock on the dot Eastern time, and there are so many other amazing broadcasts on Bidchat. I don't want to interrupt someone else's broadcast. I respect their time as well. I hope you'll check out those broadcasts. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. We got 46 today. Awesome. I hope I can chat with you and meet you next week, live 9 p.m. Eastern time on the Break for Moms. In the meantime, subscribe to the blog and follow me across social media, and do comment and share with me on social media. I want to hear from you, or just email me directly at nicole@thebreakformoms.com with the number 4. That's Nicole@thebreakformoms.com. Thanks so much. Have a great day. I'm going to close out this broadcast with 109 views. Thank you so much for taking the time to take a break with me today. Have a wonderful week, and I wish you the best of luck and your sanity as you navigate the holidays. We'll continue this discussion next week with Santa, Are You For Real? Bye.